Hello everyone, I want to share an oil pastel project with you today using the Paul Rubens set of 48 oil pastels. This is what the set looks like. I've already taken some of the colours out, but you can see how beautiful and vibrant they are. I am going to be working on a piece of Paul Rubens 100% cotton 300 GSM watercolour paper. You get a set of 2 of these and it comes in a bag. These are loose leaf. Let me just try and get this out of the pack. And it's glitter paper, although it's very, very subtle. I don't even know if I put this up to the light whether you can even see the glitter. As you can see, I've got a piece of watercolour paper here and it measures, let's have a look, 4 inches by 7.5 inches approximately. And I've pulled out a few colours here. You can see I've already experimented with these. Now my washi tape that I've used to go around my edges is nice and firmly attached. And I'm just going to build up some layers of colour in my background, being really loose and scribbly about this. The darker colours in the corner, the really dark colour here. Let's go a bit heavier with that one. Want some darker colour in the bottom as well. And then adding some of these lighter olive type greens. And just trying to build up some layers, being really loose and scribbly about this. And the thing I like about oil pastels is that you don't have to think too much about it, because they just blend together beautifully. But just want to add a bit of pink to this as well. Now you can either use your finger or you can use a piece of kitchen towel. Let's start off with a piece of kitchen towel and just try and blend these colours. Now remember, this is just the first layer, so you know we can add more to this, but let's just see what this looks like to start off with. And already I just love those colours together. Let's try and blend them. Let's have a look and see if we do it with our fingers. You see, we can go right around the edges with our fingers to get that right to the very edge. I know that some of you don't like using your fingers and getting mucky. Linda Cooper Pierce. but yeah, just lovely so far. And we can use some white as well, just to add a bit of lightness to this and lighten the background. Yeah, you see, I like that. What shall I add? I want to add a bit into the corner here and just make more of a feature of the corner. Bit darker right at the very edge. Let's go for one of the darker colours. And I'm just going to build up the layers in my background. Now you don't want to add too much oil here, because if you add too much you'll get to a point of saturation where it's just too oily and it just won't allow you to add any more on top. Next I want to add some wildflowers, and I'm going to use pink to do this. So I'm just going to add one there. Let's try and space these, and then maybe some smaller ones here as well. I've got this beautiful peach colour that I want to use. We can use some lilac as well, perhaps. And then some white. And then I just want to try and smooth these together. So I'm just going to use my finger and just add some swirly motions like we did with the flowers that we created last week, for the little embellishments that we made. I'm just going to add a little bit more of the white. Just adding a bit more of that, just to add a bit of brightness, and blending that together as well. Next, I want to add some leaves, and so I'm just going to really loose and scribbly add some abstract leaves to the bottom of my flowers. We can add a couple of different colours to these. That's a bit too light. Let's add a slightly darker shade. Yeah, that's better. I don't want to make too much of a fuss about that. And then I want to add some stems to my flowers. So one here. Just trying to figure out where the centre of the flowers are. Then I think we'll add a lighter green as well for a bit of contrast. Again, I'm just going to use my finger just to try and smudge this. Let's smudge those leaves. Do want to add a bit of the green to the centre of these as well. And we've got lots of texture going on here, and I'm not sure how well how this is going to dry. I'm going away on holiday tomorrow, and so these are going to be left until I come back, and so I will show you what they look like once they've had a couple of weeks to dry. But I just love that. That is just absolutely beautiful. As you can see, I've just kept playing around with my roses and adding some more colour to my leaves as well. I've added a lighter green just to add a little bit of contrast. And to finish things off, I've just put a little bit of gouache just onto a palette here. And I'm just going to add some splatters in my background. I've got far too much gouache, far more than I need. But I'm just going to add some splatters to my background, and that will just lift it. Just look at the difference that makes. Let's add some brighter ones. Not too many. I think that will be enough. And I'm just going to leave that to dry before I peel off the edge of my painting. The wash is now dry. I can touch this. The oil I can still feel is still quite wet, but I'm going to peel the washi tape away from my background. Let's see how this looks. And then I'm going to set this aside for a couple of weeks whilst I'm away on my holiday, which will hopefully give it time to dry and for the oil pastels to set. It was so much fun to create, and I think I've become quite obsessed with roses. So I'm going to leave that, as I've said, for a couple of weeks whilst I'm away on holiday. I will, of course, in the meantime, leave the link to this set here, as well as the beautiful watercolour paper. I am really impressed with this. As I've said, this is 100% cotton and 300 GSM watercolour paper. I love the sparkle, which is incredibly subtle. So, you know, if you are not into sparkle, I don't think this would impact too much, but it adds a really beautiful touch to your projects. So you'll find all of the links to those in the description box below. But, you know, if you've enjoyed this video, as always, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.